Winning cures everything. Now for your hosts, Gary and Chris.
Welcome in to Winning Cures Everything. That's right. It is Wednesday, November the 4th, the day after Election Day. And, man, what a wild and wacky freaking night that was. Chris, how late did you stay up?
Stayed up to almost midnight and finally called it.
Ooh, Lord, I wish I had done that. I wish I had gone to bed at midnight last night. I stayed up and watched Biden's speech or whatever. I stayed up and watched Trump's just ridiculous. I don't even know what that was that he was doing at like 1:30 in the morning. And then I watched a little more election coverage and flipped back and forth. I hate CNN, but I love, what's the guy's name? John King? Like the guy that's on the teleprompter, or not the teleprompter, the touchscreen.
Okay.
He is unbelievable, man. He just knows all these counties so ridiculously well. I don't know that I could sit here and name you all 50 states right now. And this guy can name every county, knows exactly which way they're leaning, which way.
I'm gonna bet if you were paid 7 figures or more a year, you would be able to do that.
Once every 4 years, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, he only has to do it every 4 years, but he gets paid that 7-figure salary to do other shit for CNN every year.
This is true. So yeah, I'm with you. I
was more of an NBC guy. I don't do cable news at all.
So
I refuse to do it.
I watched CBS for most of the night.
So I like the networks, and I bounced around from CBS, but I'm a little anti-CBS because they've given the old screw job to the SEC, and so that's just a little. I don't want to support them if I don't have to.
Understand.
And weirdly enough, I like Chuck Todd because Chuck Todd goes on one of my favorite, it probably is my favorite podcast, the Tony Kornheiser Show, and I listen to it all the time. He comes on there every football season and picks games, and I like that. I think that's really funny that Tony has political correspondents. He's based out of D.C., and he doesn't use them to talk politics. He uses them to talk football betting.
There you go.
And it makes me laugh. So.
I can get with that. I would prefer that more of these political guys talk football as opposed to all this other stuff.
I know so much about Chuck Todd personally because of that show, because he never comes on there and talks politics ever. He just comes on there and talks football, and I know the teams he likes. I know where he's from. I know the school he went to. I know that he used to play the French horn. He's a funny, he really, forget about your political leanings, or I've never even watched Meet the Press, like what you think of him on his show. He's really, really a funny guy. And he's a trash talker too. I really enjoy that. So.
I think a lot of these political guys are that. I really think so. So let's go on and do the rundown right quick. Of course, winningcureseverything.com is the website. You can find all of our picks, previews, podcast videos, and social media platforms over there. Make sure you are subscribed everywhere that you need to be subscribed. Go and get the podcast. If you missed the live show, you can always listen to the podcast. Apple, Google, Spotify, whatever your favorite podcast app is, we are on it. I guarantee. We're now on iHeart, so we're all good with that. So go and get subscribed. And if you're on Apple, make sure and leave a nice 5-star written review. We would certainly appreciate that. Had a lot of guys chiming in on there, and we certainly appreciate them doing that. So along with that, go ahead and like the video. If you're on YouTube, like the video, share it out, tell your friends. Make sure you comment in. Zamora 60-90 win here. Got Packers -2.5, Panthers +12.5, Seattle -3, and Arizona -5. Man, I don't know where you got them numbers.
I was about to say I haven't seen a number close to those. Not even opening line numbers.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that. That's either way, we will discuss it. He said I did the bet Sunday night. So opening lines, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Some of those are pretty close to opening lines.
I suppose so. I suppose so. So we are going on today's numbers, but we'll get to that. Make sure that you check out our stuff over at SBR. That is sportsbookreview.com. SBRpicks.com/NCAAF is the website where you can find us. Our articles will be up tomorrow, of course, with our picks and whatnot. We had a show yesterday. You can go back and watch it. We've already had over 4,000 people watch in less than 24 hours, so we feel pretty good about that. So go and check that out. And we will be back over there again on Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time, unless something changes. I have not heard anything as of yet, but 11 a.m. Eastern time, that will be where we are discussing the closing lines. So we're there on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. And then, of course, we've got our article, and we toss some extra stuff up there here and there. So make sure you are subscribed to the SBR Picks YouTube page. You can just go and search exactly what I said, SBR Picks. Go find it over there. Easy to do. All right, first topic on the board, and let's go ahead and break this thing down. Election shit, right? Let's talk what in the hell happened last night. As it stands right now, if everything holds the way that we're kind of thinking, the deciding vote in the Electoral College, will be the Nebraska Congressional District, which is Omaha. And they voted their one electoral vote for Biden. And that will be the one that will get them to 270. Otherwise, this would have been a 269 split, which would have gone to either the House or the Senate. I don't know how it all works. I should have done a little more research, but I mean, I'm into sports, not politics. It is what it is. I'm sure that they will figure it all out, and I'll just be here waiting to let them tell me what happened. But the way that works is it got them to 270, and it would have been 269, and that is insane. So we're still waiting on Nevada. We're still waiting on Pennsylvania, I guess. We're still waiting on Georgia, I guess. We're still waiting on Michigan. We're still, all these different things. And who knows? Because this is exactly what I said on Monday. Like, I thought it was going to come down to Pennsylvania. I don't think it's that now. I think it's, we're waiting on Nevada. We're waiting on some of these other ones. But it was not going to be decided last night. And it's not going to be decided, I don't think, this week. Like, I think it's going to be a little while because we have all these lawyers that are going to be paid, and they're all going to go back and forth and do recounts and this and that. And in 2000, we had Florida. And this year, we got like 8 Floridas. I mean, the vote count here is bananas. Like, it is the slimmest of margins in all of these places. As of 9:30 p.m. last night. So yesterday, Trump was a big-time underdog, right? Like plus 140, I think, towards...
right when we started going yesterday, it was plus 180.
So he was at plus 180. At 9:30 p.m. Central Time last night, he was minus 230, the favorite, with Biden at plus 185. So that's then right. At 12:15, and I made sure I wrote this down last night, 12:15 p.m. last night, Trump was minus 145, the favorite, Biden plus 125. As of right now, Biden is minus 700 with Trump at plus 525. That is some shifting, my friend. I'm just...
That's some swinging, baby.
I've never seen anything like this in my life. And it is
the
comical.
Memes comparing Trump to the Falcons is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
Did Trump lose
regardless of who you vote for,
lead?
who you want to win? The internet wins it all every day by just the idea of the bullshit it puts out that is completely ridiculous and hilarious.
It is certainly that. Let's jump into the comments here. Terry jumps in, said, "What's up? What's up, Terry?" So he is in our Facebook. Oh, if you guys want to be part of the chat, which a lot of you have already jumped in, any of your platforms, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Periscope, all of those will jump into the screen there. On the bottom left-hand corner of your screen of this show is our chat box, and they all populate right there. So you can all talk to each other right there on our screen. We don't, if the platform decides that they want to block it, that's on them. But I believe the majority of them are coming through, so it is what it is. Birdie said, "Good day, Gary and Chris. Great NCAA football show last night. It was the first one I've seen. You guys know your stuff." Hey, we appreciate that.
We appreciate you jumping in over there.
I always like reading the good ones. So yeah. Mike C said, "Tied up in courts." Joseph said, "Biden won Michigan and Nevada. Fox News took it back, but what's new?" Mike C said, "Maybe by the end of the year, we might know." Damian said, "It really doesn't matter who the hell wins. We're still going to be screwed no matter what."
Hey, Mississippi legalized weed. So yes. I thought that would be something my kids would be fighting. All right.
Yes.
This is the most conservative state in the union. It's not debatable. And we just legalized marijuana.
Well, so medical marijuana. So it's not quite. New Jersey legalized like recrecreational use.
Well, okay,
but
yeah.
we gonna get there eventually.
Well, you got to parse things out, man.
Well, because
you
it's
got to split hairs that don't need to be split.
it's
You're not going to get arrested if you get caught with a little bit of weed.
I think that's
a
probably
good
true.
thing.
I think that's probably true. Man, did you see where Oregon
legalized everything? Well, they didn't legalize; they decriminalized.
Decriminalized like heroin and
everything.
Like
They didn't parse it out.
What are we doing?
They just said no drug. We're not going to arrest people for drugs.
That's insane. Let's see. So Joseph Gomez said, I know people who got plus 240 on both sides. Yeah, if you played your cards right.
That is called hedging the shit out of this thing.
Yeah, if you played your cards right, you could have gotten plus on both sides, and you would have been just fine. So making money no matter what. Matt Miller talking about Oregon here. Damian said, weed 2020, hell yeah. And then Matt Miller jumps in. Nevada said they're not going to count votes today, and now they are counting votes. This is a shit show. It most certainly is. They've been sitting at 75% reported all day. Now they have to count their mail-in ballots, which apparently the Trump campaign believes that they are going to have the majority of the mail-in ballots in Nevada. I don't know. Terry said when he cures everything, party in Oregon soon. I don't know, man. Like I'm good with Coors Light and whatever down here. I'll be just fine. No worries. Let's see. Joseph, cartels moving next to Nike. And then Mike C., Florida legalized medical marijuana. It's been 4 years, can't get recreational on the ballot. Look, it's going to take a little while, but that's all right. Like Mississippi legalized and that is insane.
That's something I honestly did not think I would see in my lifetime. I figured we would be the last state in the union to do it.
Yeah.
I would have to become governor and just force it.
Well, either we would be the last state or Alabama. Like, those are the two that I really thought, because Alabama won't even legalize a damn, lottery.
Yeah,
so,
no.
and Mississippi did that. So, you know. But we
don't have the lottery.
There.
We have casinos, though.
Terry said we'll bring your White Claw. Yeah, come on.
The reason Mississippi legalized have moved forward more than Alabama is because Mississippi is substantially poorer than Alabama.
Yeah,
substantially poorer, and that's it. We're just it's just a money grab on everything, and Alabama doesn't need the money.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
That's the only reason. I promise you, Mississippi is the most conservative state in the union.
You might be right. You might be right about that.
We're just also broke. And what happens when you're broke and poor? You just start selling weed.
Yep. You got that right. MM said still like Buffalo. So, hey, that's a good segue. Let's talk about MACTION real quick. Hey, okay. I am pumped about this. Good gracious. MACTION returns this evening. The MAC conference, college football begins tonight. We got 6 games tonight. So we got a game on ESPN Plus, a game on ESPN 3, CBS Sports Network, ESPN 2, ESPN, and ESPNU. So we got 4 games. 2 start at 6, 3 start at 7, and 1 starts at 8 p.m. And I am so jacked about this. Do you have one in particular that you are most interested in this evening?
The only game I'm really interested in is Buffalo, because I think they're the best team, and I want to see, are they really the best team? I had somebody hit me up on Twitter today and ask me about the Eastern Michigan line, because we had earlier this morning some massive chicanery going on. This line was it opened at Kent State -6.5. It was down to Kent State -3.5, with 96% of the bets on Kent State. Okay,
on Eastern Michigan, like is it reverse line movement?
Kent State. They were going. The line movement
that was reverse
going
line
backwards.
Movement. Gotcha.
Okay, now this evening, I don't know, 10 hours later, 8 hours later, something of that nature. It is pretty much 4.5 across the board. And the bets are about 50-50. It's 59-41. And so the line movement had me interested in just the outcome. I don't really care about either of these teams at all. The person that I was hitting up on Twitter, I don't even remember their name. I should look it up. I should have brought that up. They might be listening now. Sorry. But they said that Kent State has the best quarterback in the MAC. And I was
that might be right. Crum. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Listen, that's news to me. All right.
Sean Lewis is one hell of a
right.
coach for Kent State. Like, he is a lot of fun. Hey, really quick, Alex Gurka said, "Hey, guys, great show. Been watching you for a while. It's late night in Russia. Need to go to sleep. Packers -6.5. What do you think? Sorry, just can't wait long." Look, I'll go on and tell you, I normally would like the Packers. They have not been playing well. I don't know that they're going to have a running back this week. I might lean 49ers at home on the short week.
They are playing the Niners. That's a complete mash unit, though. That's a stay away for me because I don't know what's going on. There's a world in which Aaron Rodgers takes out his frustration of the 49ers beating the hell out of him. There's also a world that Kyle Shanahan just might have their number.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
That
it's
is
a stay away from me. If you are going to bet it, I'd probably lean 49ers if you want to bet it.
I don't know that I can say that because Aaron Rodgers is going to be the best person on the field all night, and second best ain't going to be close.
Now, you might be right about that. All right, so you're interested in Buffalo and Northern Illinois.
I'm interested in Buffalo because I want to see the best team in the MAC. I do believe they're the best team.
That's where
they are.
That's where I think. Jeremy Jones said that Ball State Miami overline looks juicy to anybody else but me. No. I couldn't see going over with either of these teams. I mean, I know it's 56.5 or 57 or whatever, and it's been bet up, but these are two defensive-minded head coaches that love to run the football, and I know that Gabbert is one hell of a quarterback for Miami, but I'm not sold on this. This feels more under to me. And why it would be going up, I have no idea, because both of them like to run clock. Like, both of them just want to mash you. So that's the way that I would go with that. Mike C said that he likes the over in that game. And Jake said, Ball State and Buffalo, how you feel? Ball State is the favorite now, I think. It's Ball State and Miami, but Buffalo and Northern Illinois. Ball State is about a one. It's close to a pick 'em. It just depends on what book you get it at. But I mean, I'd stay away because I think both those teams are really, really good.
I like Miami a lot.
Yeah, I do like Miami, Ohio. It's as far as Buffalo goes, I kind of liked them at first, and now
14
that line
now is too big. I'm not laying the number. I'm just interested in watching.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, if you're betting MACTION tonight, that's fine. Listen, I'm a gambler at heart. Bet whatever you want and have fun. If you think you have an edge on one of these games, I think you might bet right. That's fine. And your inclinations might be right tonight. You don't know shit about shit, okay? I'm telling you.
So I'll tell you why everybody likes Buffalo so much, and it's what I told you on our Monday opening line show over at SBR. It's that Buffalo is one of the top 3 returning production teams in the country. They've got a ton of experience coming back. Northern Illinois, not as much. And Northern Illinois was not great. I will say this, though. Northern Illinois at home, they are – and I understand there's no crowds. I get all that. But, they typically don't have crowds anyway. This is not a bunch of teams that have full stadiums regardless. But they cover as an underdog just ridiculously well. So I'm staying away from it. I mean,
I can see them covering the 14. Not that I don't see them covering the 8 that it opened at, but
I got Buffalo at -9.5. I got Buffalo at minus
likely. The 14 I think is too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's 14.5 at some spots. I got Buffalo at -9.5, and I felt okay about that. I don't feel good about 14.5. It's just too many points. So I'm going to watch it. That's the one that I am the most interested in. I do think Eastern Michigan, Kent State is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, you know how much I love Chris Creighton, and I think Sean Lewis is one hell of a coach. I cannot wait to watch.
Oh, I'm going to watch all these games. And like I said, I don't, any analytics you're using, I think you take all those analytics and throw them in the damn garbage. Yeah. All right. You can use them to start a fire tonight because they're worthless because they don't know anything about these teams either because we haven't taken a snap.
Yep.
We got no clue how much these teams have practiced. We have no clue. If you're going to bet on anything, bet on coaches.
That's it. Yes. Okay? Bet on coaches. Bet on coaches. And I think the best coaching matchup right now is going to be Chris Creighton against Sean Lewis, and that's Eastern Michigan, Kent State. So we'll see. I think there's going to be a tight game, and we'll see what ends up happening. Joseph Gomez says, Packer number off the board, COVID exposure, not sure who's starting, so I would wait. And then he said 49ers got exposed potentially. And now Mike C is saying the Packers game might not even happen with how strict California is with COVID-19.
I don't think it won't be a California decision. It'll be an NFL decision.
Yeah, this is all NFL.
But it might not happen because we've had games postponed already. So
yeah. Let's see. Birdie said, so it sounds like I got it too late. Minus 13.5 sounds like I screwed up there. I mean, hey, you got it under 2 touchdowns. I mean, who knows?
You got it. So,
yeah, you got it. Like I wouldn't even worry about it. I wouldn't even worry about it. Let's go ahead and move into the NFL. We got several games that we want to discuss here. So let's go ahead and talk about what's happening here. And we'll start with that Thursday night football game. We've already talked a little bit about it. Packers at 49ers. 49ers a 6.5-point dog here. You know, with all the COVID stuff and whatever, like it's not off the board at all these other spots, all these offshore books. So
no, yeah, it's still going. And with it being the Thursday night game and them not able to move another game in that spot, man, I think they're going to play it because the NFL's not going to get rid of that revenue.
The only way they won't play it is if they are having trouble doing the contact tracing. Because, I mean, we are 24 hours out. Jake said, dang, Gary got a horse. Yeah, it's a Great Dane. So she's a sweetheart. Yeah, I almost
said something really bad and mean.
Don't be mean, man. What are we doing?
It was about the dog. It was about the dog.
But you can't be mean about the dog, man.
Well, listen, I love Sissy, but
Sookie's the
Sookie.
Yeah.
Sookie.
Sookie's the big one. Sissy's the little one.
She's a sweet dog for now.
Hey, yeah, you got that right. You got that. She's old.
She's not long for this world.
No, she's been around. She's been around way too long. Way too long. So, I bet she's just tired of this election. That's probably what's going on. So Damian said the Bears game might not happen either. We have 2 players with COVID. Let's see. I think
two players in it. We need a lot more between now and Sunday, which we could get a lot more between now and Sunday.
Mike C said, I think the state steps in and cancels the game, talking about Thursday night football.
State's not going to.
I don't think so.
I'm going to tell you this. The state is not going to step in. None of these states are going to step in and tell the NFL what to do.
Let's see. Birdie said, I lean the Packers here, to be honest. Rodgers and the Pack have just been so good off a loss, 7-0 straight up and against the spread. Hard to fade that, but probably no play. And see, that's the thing. Like the 49ers, I think Kyle Shanahan showed last year that he's kind of got their number, and he's shown so far this year it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. It doesn't matter who's lining up on the defensive line. Like, they got dudes and they got a scheme that works, and it worked against the Packers.
The issue is the best way to keep Aaron Rodgers contained is keep his ass on the sidelines. I don't know who's going to be running the football for him, but I bet they're going to run all over the field because Kyle Shanahan's offense runs the ball, and the Packers can't stop the run. Okay, so I think they can keep it close, but it's less than a touchdown, and that scares me because all I need is Rodgers to win the game by 1 touchdown, and it's ball game. That's the issue we've got.
If I was forced to make a pick, I would take 49ers. Would you lean Pack?
Man, I really don't. I didn't want to make a statement on it. I probably would take the 49ers.
I had a feeling.
I think there's a world in which Kyle has his number. Kyle knows how to beat this team.
Yeah.
And yes, they got a mass unit out there, but damn, I mean, if it wasn't for the mass unit, the 49ers would be favorites here.
Yes, I agree.
This is a big spread movement based on optics.
Yeah, that's entirely the way that I think it's leaning. And yeah, I would go 49ers here. So
scares me.
Let's move into the Sunday games, and these are the noon slate games. The Seahawks at the Bills. Bills are a 2.5-point underdog at home after a big-time win over the Patriots. I mean, that was the game that they kind of had
potential to be the best game of the series, of the season, of like the noon games right here.
Of the week. How's that? Of the.
Well, I don't know about other.
Well, how about this? The time slot.
Yes, of the noon games. Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Jeremy said not on y'all's list, but Texans -7 over Jags. Quick take Jags starting Bobby Boucher, I think, at quarterback. Isn't it Mike Glennon? Is Glennon starting?
It's Mike Glennon.
Yeah, he's
Jesus H. Christ.
Texans playing on house money against an apparent dumpster fire. I'm telling you this, I'm staying away from it.
Yeah, it's more than a touchdown. Now that Mike Glennon got announced, it went to 7.5 last I saw. I'm not giving more than a touchdown to Houston.
Nope, no chance. All right, so back to Seahawks and Bills. Seahawks, of course, had a week off, trying to figure out exactly. Oh, Jake Luton, whatever. It's not Glennon.
Are you sure?
That's what Jeremy Jones said. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Birdie said not Glennon.
Almost positive it was supposed to be Glennon.
That's the kid from Oregon State.
What? Yeah, I know.
That I said that would be perfect for
the Patriots.
Yeah,
and he looks exactly like every Patriot quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess I don't know that he.
As you would say, there is a world in which he is the best quarterback on the roster.
We just don't know it.
Yeah, we have no idea.
You're one injury away from being a really good football team.
No, you got that right. Your last crap on Periscope said, "What's your guys' play for tonight on all the college games?" Not touching them. I'm not playing it because we have no idea.
Tonight.
So we're gonna watch and we're gonna
watch and enjoy and try to learn something about these teams. But I can't touch them.
You got that right. I'm taking the Bills here. I know that it's not the smart play. I understand that the Seahawks had a week off, and I know that the Seahawks are really, really good when they go over to the East Coast and play in these early time slots. But there's something about this Bills team. I can't quit them. I don't know why. I think that Stephon Diggs is going to have a monster game here against that defense. And I think that the Seahawks showed that they're kind of vulnerable against the Cardinals a couple weeks ago. I'm going to take the Bills here to get this win at home.
Yeah, that's probably the right play. I'm going to take the suckers play and take the Seahawks here. I don't love it.
Is it
not
a suckers
gambling
play?
Pick of mine. I just don't like betting against Russell Wilson. It's just tough.
Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that. All right, let's move into Bears at the Titans. Titans a 5.5-point home favorite here. And yes, they were talking about. I think it was Damian said that they got two guys that have tested positive and whatnot. It's going to take more than that to get. It's take more than that
to cancel the game, but this is going to be a good game too. I think because both these teams are reeling. Both these teams are 0-2 in the last two games.
Yeah.
So I think both these teams got something to prove to say, hey, everyone in the world thought they were legit, and now they got to prove who's legit and who's not. I kind of like the Titans on a bounce back.
I was thinking the same thing, but I wonder if maybe the Titans not being able to actually get to the quarterback helps them in this spot. Keep him in the pocket, shut down the run, keep him in the pocket, and let him throw the football. Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with that. Like I think it kind of helps.
I think we're seeing how. So I never tried to blame Nagy too much because I thought the quarterback play was so bad with Trubisky for so long. And
I think Trubisky is the one they need to be playing right now.
I don't know that I'm going to say that. I really think Nagy's bad. Like, he's real bad. They just have enough talent on defense and enough skill players around that offense to keep them in games and to win games. They don't get blown out enough for him to be on the hot seat for so many people, and they win too many games for him to justify being fired all the time. But I think he's not good.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think you're 100% right. Birdie said, "Do you not think 5.5 is too many points? Bears D always shows up. Who would you want to play to get your offense right more than the Titans?" Agreed, except that the Titans' defensive issues are not, being able to really stop the pass necessarily. It is, especially against this quarterback, right? I think that even not getting to the quarterback, they will be able to confuse him with looks in the secondary and with their linebackers. And I really think, Damian jumping in, Bears need Kaepernick, damn it. They need something.
Is he going to coach him? Hey, what if they got a Kaepernick Harbaugh reunion?
Oh, that'd be insane. That'd be so ridiculous.
I'm telling you, I'm just a genius.
You've been thinking about this stuff, hadn't you?
I've been putting this stuff together, man.
Tom Lowe said Bears should play Nick Trubisky or Mitchell Foles. Like, look, they just need something. They need something else. I do think that the Bears defense is really, really good. I think you're going to see a lot of A.J. Brown. You're going to see a lot of Corey Davis. Like, I think this is a game where the Titans' passing offense will get right because I think the Bears are going to be so focused on stopping Derrick Henry. And this seems like the kind of game where Ryan Tannehill will come back and actually put up some yards. I'm rolling Titans here. Because I like the bounce back spot. I don't trust the Bears right now. And
Matt Nagy, I'm not betting on him. I'm just not picking him. This is actually one of my gambling picks this week. I feel like betting against Nagy right now is a good bet.
Yeah. Birdie said Harbaugh to the Chargers after Michigan fires him. Great spot for him. And then Birdie said, I think it's just a lot of points regarding the Titans. And it is.
No, it is. It is. I struggled with this on a lot. I kind of went back and forth all day long on it, but I'm going to go Titans.
Tom Lowe jumped in again. What are your guys' picks on the college games tonight? Again, just to rehash, we don't have plays on them. I took Buffalo at minus 9.5 when the line opened on Sunday. It is out to 14.5. There's no way I'm playing that. We're going to watch the games, figure out some data points on these teams, and then we might play some MAC next week. But I just don't think it's smart to bet on these teams right now. So, and the only reason I took Buffalo was because it was before I even looked at anything other than returning production, and they have a massive edge in returning production. So, but 14.5, just way too much. So we're watching them action this evening. Panthers at the Chiefs. 10.5 at home. This feels very like one of those games where the Chiefs just kind of show up and they get their win and they go home, but they don't necessarily have to dominate. Like that's what it feels like to me. Like I trust Carolina to be able to score some points. They're going to have I just went blank.
McCaffrey
back?
They're
getting McCaffrey back this week.
Yep.
So with that, maybe that's a shot in the arm. I think it's just too many points for me to go with the favorite here. I'm probably going to roll with the Panthers at plus 10.5 because I could easily see this ending up as a 38-28 kind of ball game because I think the Panthers are going to be able to score.
This is a gambling pick of mine, and I like the Panthers. I think the Panthers will score. I think the Panthers will keep this game close, and I think that they are playing too well to be separated by 10 points from anybody.
Yeah, I'm with you.
This is not college football. Double-digit spreads this year have been covering not just this year, the last 2 or 3 years, have been covering more and more and more as the good separate themselves from the bad. But this is not Jacksonville. This is not the Jets, okay? This is not a terrible putrid team. This is not the football team or the Giants here. This is a good team.
Yes, you're right. You are 100%. They are well coached, and they got some good players, especially on offense. So I like the Panthers here. I just think it's too many points. Just a lot of people loving, the Chiefs. And I can understand it.
And rightfully so. I mean, they're killing people.
No, you got that right. Jowie said, should I bet 50 euros on Trump? At plus 525, that ain't terrible. I don't know that I would bet that much, but it depends on your bankroll. It ain't out of the realm of possibility that Trump ends up winning this election. I don't think it's completely done yet. It looks like it is. Otherwise, they wouldn't have Biden as such a significant favorite. But, that is for you to decide. So I had some state bets yesterday, and I won 3 of them, and I'm still waiting on one more. So we'll see what happens. But no, I wasn't betting on the general. I take that back. Like months ago, I bet Trump at plus 185, like forever ago. But I put $5 on it, so it ain't the end of the world if I lose it. But yeah, either way, it's up to you. Terry said Panthers about to get that ass whooped this week. It's possible. Anything can happen. Birdie said, do you think that Christian McCaffrey gets cleared, and is he playing, or if he is playing, does this line drop to 8 or 7.5? If that happens, I take Chiefs. Otherwise, it's a stay off. Yeah, if it's more than 10 points for me, I'm playing Panthers. If it gets to single digits, I'm just staying away. I'll admit I've already bet it. So
yeah, I think Christian McCaffrey is going to play.
Yeah, I think so. I fully.
But I kind of think this line has that in effect. I think they know he's going to play. He's worked out all week.
Yeah, no, I think he's going to be just fine. Tom Lowe said these double-digit spreads take them dogs. And that ain't always the case, my friend. No. It is a much better number of
that was the case
to cover.
5 years ago. That was the case 4 years ago. That was the case 10 years ago. Definitely. Now, the game is just different.
Now you have got
too
that
many
right.
bad teams.
Ravens and Colts is off the board. No, it's back on now.
It's not.
It's back.
No,
okay,
it's
it's back now. It's Ravens minus 2.5. 2.5.
It's 2.5. It was 2.5 pretty much across the board earlier. I guess now you can find a bunch of 2s. You can find 1-3, but no, it's on.
All right, so I don't think that's enough points. I think this Ravens team is significantly better than the Colts.
The Colts, we just watched the Colts put a 40 burger up on Detroit, and everybody's freaking out about that. And we saw the Ravens get beat. And that's where this, I think, value goes.
Under a field goal, I am for sure taking Ravens. I think this is not the same kind of defense that they saw with Pittsburgh last week. This Colts defense, while it is good,
yeah, they're very good.
It ain't that level.
Well, this offense doesn't scare anybody either.
No.
They don't have
Now,
playmakers like the Chiefs that the Steelers do.
Here's the other side of this: is Marlon Humphrey tested positive for COVID, so he's going to be out this week. I still think that even with the players that are gone, I still think this Ravens defense, with their schemes and whatnot, are going to be able to slow down this Colts offense. And
I agree.
And all you got to do is confuse Phillip Rivers just a little bit, and he's going to throw your team the ball.
Yep.
So give me the Ravens all day long on this one.
Yeah, this is a game of pick of mine. I'm definitely taking the Ravens.
Yep, there you go. All right, Steelers at the Cowboys. Cowboys a 14-point underdog at home. It looks like probably Garrett Gilbert is going to be the starting quarterback.
What a disaster. There's no reason to talk about this game.
This is just insane to me.
We have hoarded ourselves out to ratings.
I mean, yeah. Like this was already, so they set this up as the afternoon game because it was supposed to be the prime game, and they set it up before the season even started for this week. But I don't know what game is necessarily better. This is
a lot of games that are better than this. The Vegas Charger game is going to be an awesome game. I'd rather talk about the football team and the Giants than this game. Those are at least going to be competitive.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be competitive, but
you have potentially the worst team in football playing potentially the best team in football, Gary. Who in the flying shit gives a damn?
Okay, let's talk about this Cowboys team right quick. Are we
Why?
They're
bad.
Hold on. Are we at the point of giving up on the season? Are they just completely
No. Yes, they're done. They're done. There's nothing you can trade for. There's no one you can go get to save this season.
Hey,
so you just call it a wash and you move on.
Birdie said, hell, Miami and the Cards is very interesting. Yeah, we're getting to that next.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I am very curious if there is not a world where Garrett Gilbert can get this offense rolling. I think the Dallas could end up being all right.
I can answer that. That answer, no. Garrett Gilbert cannot get this offense rolling, Gary.
So there's no way.
Damn sure not against the Steelers, okay? But I don't think he gets it rolling against the football team or the Giants.
I'm going to take the Cowboys to cover here.
Knock yourselves out.
Hey, you taking Steelers?
Well, if you're making me pick this shit game, I would. But
yes,
I don't want to pick this game. Why is this a big game? We have the best team versus the worst team. In what world is that a big game? Alabama plays Kent State. Let's just talk about it for 45 minutes.
But if it's Alabama and LSU is awful, we're still going to talk about the game.
But that's not this.
That's what this is. This is it's the Cowboys and the Steelers. And I know it's just the Cowboys in illusion, but
Gary, you're making yourself look like a fool. Let's move on.
All right, Joseph Gomez said, Gary feeling a little dirty. Hey, Birdie, break out that wad of singles already. Birdie said, laugh my ass off. My Lord, Gary, if you put money on this, I'm going to pray for you. And he said, and I'm not even religious. Look, I'm not putting money on the game, but we make picks for these previews.
Gary makes the big game list.
Yeah.
And how this made the big game list is beyond me.
Because it's Steelers and Cowboys. There's a reason.
It doesn't matter. This is the NFL. This isn't college football.
Let's go to Dolphins and Cardinals. That seemed a little better.
Yeah.
That's more interesting. Dolphins have got all kind of running back issues. Myles Gaskin out. Matt Breida, they don't think he's playing. He got hurt. Looks like it's going to be Jordan Howard. They traded for Washington from Kansas City, who is fourth string or whatever. Tom Lowe said, what are you smoking, Gary? Pass it. I'm with you. I understand. The Cowboys and Steelers are going to be awful. I understand. But either way. Dolphins, Cardinals, though. Cardinals, 5-point favorite.
You can't get 5 anywhere.
Wait, man, I just wrote this down.
It's 4 all the way across the board. There's 1 4.5.
Oh, that has switched. Okay. Well, I mean, so there's a 5 at Bet Online. I see 4 at Heritage.
There's not a 5 on Bet Online. It's 4.5 on Bet Online. I'm looking at it right now.
You looking at Sportsbook Review?
Yes.
Hold on, let me refresh.
You shouldn't have to refresh. Okay. It should be automatic.
Wait, I hit refresh, now it's at 4.5 at plus 100 odds. So either way, so that line keeps going down. And it's still 50-50 split basically for the ticket count. I mean, I like the Cardinals here. I think that Dolphins win last week was kind of a mirage. They needed a punt return touchdown. They needed and no, I don't think that the Cardinals defense is nearly as good as the Rams defense, but Tua is still it's a second game. I don't think he's going to be very good right now. And we'll see. But Birdie said, I think it's time to start backing this Cardinals team at bigger numbers. That Miami win was phony as $1 million bill. The public is so stupid. I'm kind of with him. I really like the Cardinals here a lot. Dolphins traveling, Dolphins at home is one thing. Dolphins traveling, I am all over the Cardinals here.
Yeah, I think so too. The Dolphins would need a miracle defensive game like they've had the last 2 weeks. Now they have had not 2 weeks, but two back-to-back games where their defense has completely carried the team. I think this Arizona offense is too good to do that.
I was going to say, can you ask them to do that 3 straight weeks in a row, especially when you're going on the road like this?
Yeah, this is different. So I'm with you. I like Arizona. I like Arizona a lot. Yeah,
I'm with you. All right, let's move to Sunday Night Football. This is the game everybody, I think, wants to talk about. Birdie said under might be worth a look as well. It's 47.5. I think Arizona could really put up some numbers, and if you do get those fluky, interception returns, a punt return, kickoff, you get fluky points there somewhere, and it could easily bust that 48. So I'm gonna stay away from it. We'll see. 31-21, and that ends up busting it. So, Saints and Bucs. Bucs a 4.5-point favorite. Yeah, I think it's about 4.5. You can get a 5 out there. A couple of spots. And there's even a 5.5 somewhere. So, yeah, we'll say 4.5 for the sake of this argument. Joseph said, hi, Gary, do you realize that the Dolphins is the number 1 defense in terms of points allowed? Take the Arizona team total under. Look, again, I can't ask them to play ridiculously well every single week, especially when the offense can't stay on the field. And I think the Cardinals defense is a little bit underrated. I like the Cardinals. Is what it is. And then Damian said, if Tua does win this week, people are definitely going to have to respect him. What? I don't think not if he's not the reason that they win. He wasn't the reason they won last week. Am I crazy, Chris?
Yeah, no. And Arizona's defense isn't anything to write home about. So just because he might look good against that defense doesn't mean much.
Yeah, I just
he should look good against that defense because they're not really good.
Yeah, is what it is. All right, so back to Sunday Night Football. Saints and Bucs. Bucs minus 4.5. I kind of like the Saints in this spot just because I think it's going to be a close game, either or. I haven't liked the Bucs a whole lot here lately for whatever reason, especially with that Monday night game. But that could have just been fluky. They could have been looking ahead, which I didn't think that Tom Brady did. But
it's not Tom Brady. It was a whole team involved
it's the whole
in
team.
Playing.
Yeah, I'm with you. But I'm just like, so which way? Tell me, you talk about this. Which way are you?
I think the Bucs. I think the Saints team has been disappointing week in and week out. That Bears game last week is one of the worst played games I've seen in a long time, and it took an overtime field goal to beat them.
That's true.
This Saints team is not good. They're not right. If you can shut down Alvin Kamara, you've shut down, not slowed them down. You shut down their offense. They are a one-man show right now.
So you're leaning Bucs.
Yes, I'm leaning Bucs.
I'm going to go Saints because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people all over the Bucs here because the Saints have won 3 straight games by a field goal.
Well, and right now it's 51-49, so you're wrong on that.
Well, it's 50-50, but I just it's a feeling. I don't know why. I can get a 31-27 game and still cover here. I'll lean Saints. I don't love it, but this ain't going to be one of my official picks anyway. So I'll lean Saints.
That Bucs defense about to make Drew Brees look real old.
Yeah, it is entirely possible. It is entirely possible. Birdie said Bucs for me. This is what they've worked for up to this point. This game.
That's right.
Let's see. I think the Saints are in for a very bad day. Joseph said Saints outside the dome is a different team, and then Birdie said Brees is going to have to throw balls down the field because the Bucs are going to score in this game.
He can't do it. He can't. He just can't do it.
Yeah, no, 100% right. Saints
now this will be the first game with AB.
Saints, yeah, this will be the first game. First game with AB. Saints will get the money Sunday. Public saw the Bucs struggle against the Giants. The public is so stupid.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah.
The Bucs look bad on Monday Night Football. Took a missed 2-point conversion to beat a shitty Giants team. No, you're wrong on where the public's gonna go.
You might be right about that.
No, I'm telling you. This is classic Tom all day long. And it's good, and it's the same reason. Look, I can't believe Daniel Jones scored 20 whatever points he scored against them. Listen, that defense for the Bucs is real. Okay.
Yeah.
They're real good. And Drew Brees, I mean, his air yards are about where Kirk Cousins are. It's around a yard or two. I mean, he is dumping balls off.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everything that you're saying makes complete and perfect sense. Like, it is all incredibly logical, and that is the way that I probably should go. For the sake of this, we'll go against each other. I'll go Saints plus 4.5, and then we'll figure it out. I'll take the L. It is. All right. It is what it is.
Hey, you might win.
I mean, you never know with these. Like,
you might win.
The NFL's stupid. I mean, this is the way it goes. And so, Patriots at the Jets on Monday Night Football. This will close out the previews, and then we'll do our official picks, and we'll get out of here. So, I would have to lean Patriots because there is no way that they just come out and look like complete crap again. Like, this is not a tanking team. And I think the Jets are.
The Jets are just awful.
Yes, this Jets team is really, really bad. And I understand that they played, the Bills really close and all that. But the Chiefs kind of, took them behind the woodshed last week. And I think that the Patriots are going to do the same thing. Like, Bill Belichick does not like losing. So if he gets a chance to win, he is absolutely going to take it. And I think that they are a better football team than the Jets. Like, even though they've got their deficiencies and whatnot, I understand that. But this feels Patriots to me. Like, and it feels Patriots big.
Well, I don't know about big. I don't know if they're capable of beating anybody big, but I do think the same thing. I think that they should beat up on this Jets team pretty bad.
Yeah. Birdie said Jet spread and money line for me. Bank it. Hey,
money line.
Props to you for betting on the Jets, my friend. Now, you were talking about you praying for me earlier. If you put money down on the Jets, that you got bigger issues than I do, my friend. You got bigger issues than me. I can't even pick in a friendly preview. I can't pick the Jets. Like, that just, it makes me feel ridiculous doing that. So we're both rolling pats here, huh?
Yep.
Okay, let's move into some picks. You want to go first, or you want me to?
Yeah, first pick I got Titans minus 5.5 against the Bears. I think this Bears offense is falling apart. I don't think the lack of a pass rush for the Titans, that was a whole lot of negatives. I think I got it right though, is going to hurt them in this situation. And I think the Titans need a win. And sometimes when you need a slump buster, you just go find somebody bad and you beat up on them. This Bears team went from being a good football team to looking really bad real fast.
I think I agree with you. I'm not going to play it, but Panthers plus 10.5 at the Chiefs. I'm taking that one. I love Teddy Two Gloves. I think they're going to be able to put up points this week. I think the Chiefs are in the perfect spot to kind of overlook somebody. They're playing at home. They're going to take it a little easy. Maybe not fully prep for this spot. Christian McCaffrey coming back might have some guys amped up a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. Now, this could absolutely end up going the other way, but I do feel pretty strong that the Panthers are going to be able to keep it within 10.5. So give me Carolina here.
Yeah, I've got Carolina as well as one of my picks, 10.5. All the same reasons. They're just the better football team. And they're not the better football team. It's too many points.
Wait a minute.
I apologize. They're too good of a football team to be a double-digit dog in the NFL.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to say.
I can go with that. I can go with that. All right, I'm going Dolphins at the Cardinals. I'm taking the Cardinals minus 4.5 here. I understand that the Dolphins defense is really good. I get that. I do think that the Cardinals are still going to be able to put up points here, and I don't think that the Dolphins will. They lean heavily on that running game. They lean heavily on that defense. If the defense has even a slightly bad day, which I think they probably will here, I think the Cardinals are going to be able to win this one, 7, 10 points, something like that. Perfect spot for the Cardinals, bad spot for the Dolphins. Give me the Cards.
So my next pick, I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders +1 against the Chargers. This Chargers team is finding new ways to lose ball games. I love Justin Herbert, but he's not able to carry this team, and they are giving up points in droves and just make a lot of mistakes. And this Raiders team is not a bad football team. They're not. I kind of think they're the better team to begin with, and I'm catching points. Give me the Raiders.
That is my third pick as well. I'm all over the Raiders here. They proved me wrong last week, and yeah, I'm siding with them this week. I do think the Chargers find new ways to lose ball games every single week. Yeah. I don't see why that would change here.
They've taken the role of the Falcons.
Yes, they most certainly have. So yeah, I'm rolling with that one. You want me to go on and give you my fourth game?
Sure.
Seahawks at the Bills. I'm taking Bills +3. I can still find it at a couple of spots here. So yeah, give me the Bills. I think they can win the game outright. I think that Seahawks defense is not very good. So yeah, give me the Bills. I'm going to hold my nose. I'm going to take it. I think that is the right way to go.
All right, my next pick, I'm going with the Ravens. -2 against the Colts. I think they're the better football team. I think they're going to win this game. This Colts team has looked better, but they've done it against really bad defenses. This Ravens defense is not really bad at all. I think they're going to give Philip Rivers fits and lots of problems. And so give me the Ravens -2.
I can get with that. All right, my last game of the week, I'm going to take the Falcons at home -3.5 against the Broncos. The Broncos show up for some games, and they don't show up for other ones. And the Falcons, I don't think, are that bad. They are a mature group of guys. They've got a coach in there that I couldn't even begin to name, but it doesn't matter because these guys play together, and although they're not very good, I do think that they find a way to get this done. That -3.5 there, I think that hook is on there to kind of try and get action a little more the other way, and it has worked thus far. The line has not moved, and you got 83% of the tickets on the Broncos. I like the Falcons here. I think Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, that bunch get it done, and I think they win fairly convincingly here.
My last pick of the day, give me the football team -3 against the Giants. All right, I know this Giants team put up a puncher's chance and a little bit of a scare on Monday Night Football. Listen, they're still not a good football team, all right? And the football team had a week off. They got the bye week. They're ready. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this. Riverboat Ron beat cancer. Now he's about to beat the Giants, and when he beats the Giants, they're only a half game back. Eagles are on a bye week. That gives them first place in the NFC East. I got to bet in after week 2 of seeing this team play that they're going to win the East. They're winning the East.
I can get with it. I like that. What'd you get them? Plus 1,100?
It wasn't that high. It was like +8. It might have been 780 or 870.
I can get down with that.
I'd have to find the bet and pull it up.
That's still a
it's
pretty
in a
good
book that I
return.
no longer have any more money in because I've been really bad at college football, and so I got to re-sign back into that one and see.
It's still a good return. I can get down with it.
Hell of a return. Give me the football team. Give me Riverboat Ron.
I can roll with that. All right. Is there anything else we need to cover?
No, let's get the hell out of here.
Let's do that. Let's go figure out what the election results are right now, and then I may go to bed. We'll see what happens. All right, you guys have been fantastic. Thank you to everybody that jumped in on the chat. Of course, you guys drive the show. You help drive the conversation, and we do appreciate that. If you would, make sure that you go and subscribe to the podcast. Apple Podcasts, leave a nice 5-star review. We're also on any other podcast app that you want. I'm telling you, we're everywhere. Just go make sure you are subscribed everywhere you need to be subscribed. You can find that at winningcureseverything.com. Go to sbrpicks.com/NCAAF. That is where you can find our college football coverage over at Sportsbook Review. You can also go over to their YouTube page. We are there on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Saturdays. This Saturday we'll be there at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Go on and check that bad boy out. Make sure you are subscribed there. You can just go to YouTube and search for SBR Picks. Very simple to do. All right, Chris, let's go on and get out of here. You guys take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And we will see you again on the podcast on Thursday. Thanks for checking out Winning Cures Everything. If you want to keep up with us, hit subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Visit the website at winningcureseverything.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us at Winning Cures, at Gary WCE, or at Chris B. Giannini on Twitter. Share out the show, leave a nice review, and make sure to comment and tweet